Raises his flag, and we are away in the final of the men's coxless pairs. Great Britain in lane 4. 1 is the lane nearest to the camera. Kopp and Baillieu were bronze medalists at the 1992 Olympic Games, silver when they represented Yugoslavia at the 91 World Championships, and they do seem to be getting better.
Yeah, certainly the Slovenians will try and get off as fast as they can. Look at that, they're really whipping it off. They'll want to try and open the biggest possible gap. And of course, for Matthew and Stephen, they'll want to try and confine that gap.
Well, as the race begins to unfold, we can hear from Steve Redgrave how the British pair have planned their race.
I think the Slovenians will push very hard through the second 500 and try and put us under pressure, trying to get a lead at 1,000 metres, and then that I think we will be strong through the third 500. But the Germans have proven that they can be quite fast through that 500 as well, and New Zealand are certainly there with a shout as well. There's certainly 4 boats fighting for 3 medals. And but we will try and make a move in the third 500, trying to push away, trying to move away, catch people if we're down, and hopefully dominating the last 500. But it could be a very close finish.
Well, between the visualization and the actuality, there may be something of a gap. Things at the moment going more or less as expected, with the Slovenians setting the early pace through 500 metres in the lead.
Yes, and the Slovenians aren't actually out as far as I thought they might be. They're actually sitting level with Belgium, but for Pinsent and Redgrave, very comfortable position, less than half a length down. I think they must be very pleased at this point. In races in the past, they've often been a length or more down.
Less than half a second is the margin, with the Belgians actually leading. Angle just a little bit deceptive, but that was the electronic timing as they went through 500 metres. Belgium from Slovenia, from Great Britain, but only 3/4 of a length covering the 3 crews. Belgians nearest to us, Slovenians in the blue and white, and beyond them, Redgrave and Pinsent. Redgrave, 3 times an Olympic champion, 3 times a world champion, partner to world and Olympic titles by Matthew Pinsent.
Yes, I think they'll be just trying to hold this second 500. As we heard Stephen say, the key to their racing is very often in the third quarter, where they're so strong, and they're just happy, just creeping up slowly. It's hard from this angle, but they seem to be now less than a canvas down on the Slovenians, and they too are about level with the Belgians, who are closest to the camera. Keep an eye, though, on the Germans. 2 very experienced oarsmen there, both from East Germany. The Stroke, indeed, won his first medal for East Germany way back in 1985.
There they are in lane 2, and that's halfway the 1,000-metre mark with, as Steve Redgrave predicted, 4 crews all well in with a chance. These are the Belgians. Patricia and Corris, 5th in the Olympic final last year. In order at halfway: Belgium, Slovenia, Great Britain, Germany. Confirmation of that. New Zealand and Croatia dropping back. It's a race between 4.
And really, for the Slovenians now, they're going to be looking across all the time anxiously at what's happening in the lane next door to them with Redgrave and Pinsent. So I think we'll start to turn the screw soon. They have not taken the route they tried in the past to open up a length or 2 of space between them. Now we'll have to see how the challenge develops.
The British pair are back in their new boat. They had a problem with it just before the semi-final, and were fortunate to have on hand here, quite by chance, the boat in which they raced in the Olympic Games last year. It served them well enough in the semi-final, but I think they're glad to be back in their new boat for this year.
And here they go, they're creeping past. Hardly a visible change in their straight rating, just that power, tremendous power those 2 have got. They've been up to high altitude, they've done all the training right this year. They haven't had the illnesses that dogged them during the Olympic preparation. But
1,500 metres with the Croatians still, the Slovenians rather, I think slightly in the lead, but not by very much. Here are the Germans, Kirchhoff and Sennewald. But a fast last 500 in the semi-final, though not as fast as Great Britain. Slovenia still lead, Great Britain second, Belgium third, Germany fourth, and it's going to be a battle up the last 500 metres.
Yes, it was still about 0.6 of a second, and now the race is on. Pinsent and Redgrave have raised their rate. You can see it's visibly different, and I think they're beginning to pull away. You can see now they're up to nearly a canvas in front of the Slovenians.
Quite an extraordinary partnership. The much older and experienced Redgrave, the young and extrovert Pinsent, and they dovetail so well. The personalities seem somehow to bring out the best in each other. They have great faith in each other. Pinsent waiting for Redgrave to make the calls, and the race is now on with 250 metres to go. 200 metres to go. Germany still in the race. Redgrave and Pinsent leading, and the Slovenians now beginning to feel the pressure. Redgrave and Pinsent for Great Britain. The Slovenians second, the Germans coming, the Belgians still in it. New Zealand over on the far side, I think, are not in the medal hunt, and Redgrave and Pinsent are pulling out for gold. They have now only half a dozen strokes to go, and they're going to make it. The Germans are going to come through for silver, but this is another great performance for Great Britain by Redgrave and Pinsent. They've won. The Germans are second, the Slovenians were third, but Redgrave and Pinsent reign supreme. They've been to the summit before, they knew what was expected, and on the day, they delivered.
It was a very finely timed race that. They had their burst exactly right. They just captured the initiative of that race, and everyone else just had to follow them. Beautifully done, but it was not easy. That verdict, only marginally more than half a length. A tough race.
And the faces show just how tough. It's a happy sight for Great Britain, our second gold medals of these World Championships, and the margin about 3/4 of a length. Gold once again for Steve Redgrave and Matthew Pinsent.